Welcome back, my little recusants, to another episode of Final Fantasy 13, where we're going to go through and get 100% of this game, and we are nearly at like 50 parts of this series already, guys. It's absolutely crazy. But we've been doing some Cieth Stone missions, and that requires us running and trekking here, there, and everywhere throughout Grand Pulse. But you'll notice that we get a brand new shop, the R&D Depot. And basically it has super rare items like trapezohedrons and dark matters and particle accelerators, and they all cost a bajillion money we don't have. But what we do have, thankfully, is a waystone, so we can now teleport over and skedaddle across Pulse this way. And if we're able to, we're going to hopefully get more teleport stones just to make traversing Pulse that little bit easier. And thankfully, in post, I'm able to speed up stuff. So we're going to take back the teleport stone, and we're going to skedaddle along, and basically we're following the little orange exclamation point. But seeing as this goes from like lower elevation to higher elevation, it kind of goes all over the place. So you really kind of have to get to where the spot is and then reorientate yourself. And basically try not to run into fights. And when we do, we're gonna just get rid of them. But this music is nice, it's a bit different, you know? And I always think Pulse is shorter than it actually is. Like all the different areas, because I just have a reminiscence of when I played it first. I was like, oh yeah, like I remember this, that, and the other about it. But we have another mission 5. But because you're remembering about the benefit of hindsight and having all these different things unlocked and being able to kind of teleport a lot quicker around Pulse, it was just kind of a lot. And then I realized, oh great, I'm after accepting a mission and it's the bloody opposite way of where we just came from. So, onward we go. And just after this fight, we'll just skip over it and we'll super speed our way back along. But, as I say, we're kind of doing fairly well with our Hope, Lightning and Snow plan. We don't have as much diversity with them. Like, I don't kind of allow myself to have like loads of different paradigms, because I feel like, yeah, like we've the Sentinel, Synergist, Commando for just starting to buff and whatever. But like, should probably have Triple Rav, should probably have like Relentless Assault, little things like that that are probably just missing. And again, I'm just showing you guys the frustration of like, no matter which way you're facing, the map reorientates itself. So even though you could be like, oh, I'm going this way, when you face a slightly different direction, the map looks completely different, completely all over the place. And I nearly make it through that corridor, but I get caught at the last minute. But once we get down this little area here, we've mission number 5. And when you check the map, actually, you're able to check the different Cieth Stones and what number they are. So with number 5 being finished, we actually end up completing 1 to 7, and that gives us 10% of all the missions complete. So we have 7 of 70, so 10%. And realistically, the ones that we've 5-starred, that's like grand, but there is an accessory that we have to get later on in the game, because keep in mind, one of the achievements is getting every single weapon and accessory in the game, so it's not like you can avoid getting this, or it's like a exploit or anything. This accessory is called the Gold Watch, and basically it allows you, when a character is equipping it and they take part in battle, it extends the target time, which then obviously is a factor in the star calculation, which basically allows for much more likelihood of getting 5 stars. And we'll get there eventually when we get there. But unfortunately, the only way to get it is by completing the last Cieth Stone mission, which only becomes available once you've completely completed all the other ones. So, before we get too ahead of ourselves, mission 5, here he is. Not too dissimilar from the other guy we fought in the Necropolis, because keep in mind this is number 5 and we're now after fighting number 7. So we kind of know roughly what this guy's about. They're more about applying debuffs and then doing like big AoE attacks like the other one did, like the lightning assault, whereas this guy more so does air attacks. And what's also interesting is just the fact that, and I suppose I only noticed it really in post and checking the status screen here, it can evade attacks. So like physical attacks you can more than likely miss because it's just flitting around really quickly and all over the place in the air. But it's also resistant to physical damage, so that's why our characters are casting Ruin, which also means it's unlikely to miss because Ruin will just hone in. And since it's not halved like all the other elemental magics, what's actually really important is if you just have 2 commandos or have situations like this where we're building the chain gauge a lot, and then once we change over to commando we can see the HP start to melt like butter. But we do see there, though, the absolute power of Veil. Veil increases our defense against status ailments, as well as if we ever do take some status ailments, Veil will dispel itself and stop more of the, like if something gives like 4 or 5 status ailments, Veil will dispel itself and then negate maybe 2 of them from applying. So it gives a passive bonus to defense against debuffs and actually prevents mass debuffing from happening. Now we got a new trophy, completing all the early Cieth Stone missions, which is great. We get a Millerite nugget, which is brilliant, and like this is one of the reasons why it's like you get the reward from the Cieth Stone, you more than likely find a treasure chest where the mark is. Like it just is a really clever way, I suppose, of just being like, here is cool stuff. You get like, here is ways to explore our maps, look at every nook and cranny. And then we also have the Sorcerer's Mark, which is basically a leveled up Shaman's Mark. So we're gonna just... we don't put it on Hope yet. Okay. Really weird. But yeah, now we're like motoring back towards the Orange Arrow again. But we have number 1 to 7 completed, and when we go into our further details, we're 10% of the way through. So by the laws of percentages, that means the total number of missions is 70. And I'm just showing you guys here that you can check what stars you have had. And so for certain ones, we'll never have to repeat them again because we got 5 stars relatively quickly. But other ones we may have to circle back with our gold watch and try again. And there's a behemoth, so let's just skedaddle on our way and not get into that because that's going to be a really hard fight and I don't fancy our chances. But we see the hum of a treasure chest. We get a preemptive and 5-starred that time. But let's have a look in the treasure chest and see what we get. The Watchman's Amulet. I think that's Auto Veil, I want to say. Could be totally wrong. Hopefully I'm not. But yeah, like the trophies thankfully do kind of come. It's not just like, oh, you only get a trophy for beating all of the Cieth Stone missions. They're like, no, you've done the early ones, you've done the mid-range ones. Because they come in ranks, like the D rank, the C rank, the A rank, whatever have you. So it's not like they're just you know, you'll get incremental trophies along the way from completing all the different Cieth Stones that you can. And then just skedaddling back over to the teleport stone and moving along this way, trying to get to that little orange dot that we were on the way to before, but then stopped ourselves because we got distracted by the Cieth Stone mission. But having said that, we got a Cieth Stone mission. We got like a cool bit of loot from it, and we got a trophy from it. So all in all, can't really complain. Like, that's a fair exchange for our time and energies. But just trying to avoid the combats here. Going past the Cieth Stone that we beat the last time. And continuing on to our objective.
You gotta be ready to drop by now. Don't overdo it.
I won't. I know my limits, unlike some people.
Oh, now who's the tough guy? What was that?
A grand Pulse Falcie. Used to see it flying around all the time.
And they said it had a home. Somewhere near Oerba.
So that's good news, right? If we stay on its tail, we should end up in your village. Let's follow it.
Right.
So I mean, a very simple and clear objective. Let's follow the... God, let's follow the thing back up that way then. I swear! Just come on, girl. I know we like... It's good cardio practice, but... How I avoided those by just using the mini-map, I'll never know. Just lead skills. That's all that was. If I tried to do that normally, facing the right way, I would be in such trouble. But I do it again. My god, I'm just like... loving this angle of lightning, I guess. Watch me now get stuck into this fight now. But yeah, we're going back that way. At least the music's nice and the graphics are lovely, you know? But finally a little tidbit of story. So we're currently trying to make our way to Oerba, and for whatever reason, we don't just hop on Bahamut and fly over there directly, like Fang escaping us out that way. But look, it has to be done, I guess, you know? But anyway, we have to manually go on foot, which I suppose is fine. It is what it is. And are we ready for another cutscene? And with this cutscene, that's going to be the end of the episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Something on your mind?
Huh? Oh, I was just thinking.
About what? Something complicated?
I was just taking it all in. The sky here, the trees, the sunlight, the smells. When I was on Cocoon, I never dreamed a place like this could even exist. But now, here I am, on Pulse. If I hadn't gone to those fireworks, if I hadn't been sitting in that same train car during the Purge, if anything had been different, I'd never have had a chance to see this.
No. I'm sure you would have wound up here. Don't you remember you promised me? You promised me that we'd come and see Grand Pulse together.
Really? When did I do that?
I don't know. How about another lifetime?
What does that even mean?
To tell you the truth, I've told so many lies. It's all a blur.
Well, you know, sometimes you have to lie about stuff to keep yourself going, because you're afraid. Or to protect someone else, so they don't get hurt. Sometimes, even the things that everyone in the whole world thinks are true turn out to be lies. At the end of the day, though, it's not the lie that matters, but what you do after you tell it. Work hard enough, and you can make it true. I mean, maybe we both forgot. Maybe we did promise to see Grand Pulse together. And Cocoon.
Thanks, Hope.
Do something for me, will ya? Keep smiling. It makes me happy when you smile.
I didn't know you felt that way. Wait a minute. You mean you were joking?
Now we're even.
Ah! Hey! Wait! Hey!
Make my wish come true, let darkness slip away.